Sonic X Comic Issue 25. Oh, I wonder if this issue will have missed opportunities. A green Sonic and no Scourge? Lame. And an evil-looking Super Sonic, and yet the comic probably won't have the guts to have Fleetway Super Sonic as a villain. It'll probably be underwhelming despite looking like it's full of promise. Sonic's an entertaining character, so having more of him in one story could be fun. Talking about the covers just isn't me. Let's move on. Scarlet says on a news report that multicolored Sonics are causing mayhem in Station Square. What? Well, logically, why aren't they all the same color as Sonic is? Eggman, you moron! You were so close! You could have ruined Sonic's reputation! Still, this is pretty entertaining to see, since Sonic could easily be imagined as a bad guy. I mean, look at what he's capable of. Red Sonic smashes a car, Super Sonic throws a brick into a window with a smirk, Purple Sonic kicks over a fruit stand, Not Scourge punches a cop, and kinda orange Super Sonic eats all of the meals served at an outdoor restaurant, whether they belong to him or not. I guess. He must have stolen them, because otherwise I don't see how this makes him evil. I love Sonic's line to Cream that besides looking in a mirror, he's never seen them before. The maid asks Sonic if they're his distant relatives since they look like him, and Sonic says he's going after them, with Cream wanting to call the others. Both Sonic and a soldier of the Organizer Club says that the fake Sonics thing is unacceptable. I'm not calling the villainous Team Sonic X because that's such a stupid joke. From now on, they're the Organizer Club. Shadow Club would just make it sound like they love Shadow. Anyways, the former biologist Narusu was actually called out on his stupidity for making the Sonics not look just like Sonic. I'm glad he was called out on that. The soldier tells him that they're trying to turn the public against Sonic, not just brightly colored hedgehogs. Why did the scientists send them out if they were clearly the wrong color? They're non-living carbon constructs. Robots with their parts made of organic molecules instead of metal. He doesn't understand what the word robot means. Because that's clearly not a robot if it's not made of metal. Why don't they just call them infiltrators already? Or at least auto-automatons? Like, they're ripping off a concept from Archie and they're not even being honest about it. Hector says the organizer has an update. I mean, it's certainly creative to have the infiltrators be made by someone other than Eggman, because I was expecting it to be Eggman. I assumed it was. It's pretty pointless, though, and it would have made Eggman look really competent and impressive for once. They succeeded in drawing Sonic out into the open, and a news report says that in order to clear his name, Sonic's going to publicly challenge the fake Sonics. So we really struggled against the spin-dashing robot last time. How will an infiltrator group do? Well, they slam into each other and slam into the walls, and one of them kicks another. And a green one cuts a telephone, not him. Sonic naturally lampshades how worthlessly, pathetically disappointing this all is, because again, these awesome robots should be talking! Why aren't they? Where is the friendly banter? If Flynn knew this was a problem, he should have fixed it! It looks like Sonic. And the other robot had a whole bunch of different Sonic character personalities. Why would you not make them talk? Sonic gets grabbed by some of the Sonics and dragged away. Finally, suffering some difficulty, never mind. He magically breaks free of them and tells them that he wants to save the civilians. And the Sonics just stand there impatiently because they don't care about the civilians. And then Sonic's friends show up and easily attack the Sonics. They shouldn't be having so much trouble against the heroes. They can move at super speed and have no moral compasses. Logically, you'd think they'd all just kill them immediately, snap their necks, hit them at Sonic speed. Sonic gets an idea to lure the Sonics away from a safe area, and it turns out he's sending them against Eggman. Well, that's pretty smart. Eggman sends missiles at Sonic and he jumps out of the way, and the copies of Sonic all get destroyed, when they should be able to dodge the missiles and take him down, because he did just fine. They have the same abilities as him. Where was their competence? Don't have a concept like an army of evil Sonics if you're not going to bother making them as threatening as they should be. It's called conservation of ninjutsu and it's stupid no matter what. Who cares if there's a lot of them? It's okay to have the villains be big threats. Sonic being humiliated just makes him the underdog, so you can root for him better. And even the anime understood that sometimes. What a disaster. They might as well have... Well, most of the plot wouldn't have happened if they didn't look like Sonic, But at this point, they could have been anything. I at least liked that Eggman was tired and still in a sleeping gown, so his robots had to force him out of bed. I always liked seeing that. But that was forced too, because why would he still be sleeping at this point in the day? Was he sick? Okay, but that would have been one sentence. Such not care put into the writing. Sonic sees from one of the fake Sonic's shoes that the fake Sonics come from the organizer group. Why would Nera so bother to write that message on their shoes? Why tell Sonic to come after him? It would be fine if it was explained that they intentionally left that message there to lure Sonic to a trap. Sonic runs over to Prison Island and has to fight a fake Sonic that looks just like classic Sonic. Well, this is interesting. And Sonic says that this has gone from weird to creepy. What a different reaction to meeting classic Sonic. The classic Sonic spin dashes the various machines in the room while trying to hit Sonic, much to Nerasu's chagrin. And a soldier shows up, and in the dust, the bad guys shoot ray guns at the copy and not Sonic. And Sonic says that one was actually pretty tough, when it wasn't. This is not a well-written story. Wow. This issue was by Ian Flynn, and as expected from the cover alone, it was a huge disappointment. It could have been really entertaining, with them all being like Sonic, because they could have all talked like Sonic. Even Penders had a better idea, because he introduced a Sonic-like villain immediately, and he was entertaining. For starters, we just saw last issue that a spin-dashing robot would mop the floor with Sonic. And yet instead of the comic handling the action scene well, like it usually does, instead Sonic mops the floor with his enemies, being a smug creator's pet all the while. There's no way in hell that Sonic would do so well against an army of Sonics. He's just one person. There's no way they shouldn't all be just as competent as him. He should come out of this with a lot of bruises. His friends should have shown up when they were mopping the floor with him from ganging up on him, since, no duh, he's only one person, and then they could turn the tide of the battle. And most importantly, they should have talked! What's the point of having evil fake Sonics if they're not gonna talk? Where is the dialogue? Where's the personalities? That's lame. Where's the effort in this story? At least we saw an intriguing montage of how Sonic would be like as a villain, though the Pseudo-Sonic one in AOSDH went on for longer. Well, this was disappointingly short. But I don't buy that Sonic would be the only one who would survive all those missiles unscathed. If all of the Sonics have the same capability as him, at least a few of them should have survived. You'd think that they would have attacked Eggman's base successfully. And why did their shoes survive? What were their shoes made of? Why did their shoes have a message on them telling Sonic where to go next? That was awfully convenient. Well, I guess they wanted to lure him. But they could have just sent the classic Sonic out of their base. They didn't need to lure him directly to them. So that's not it. Why did Sonic say that the last Sonic was tough when he didn't land a hit on him? None of the Sonics did. That's pathetic. The Sonics constantly missed their attacks. Like how Penders wrote Scourge and Sonic's fights usually, where they just missed their punches. While this made sense for Sonic fighting Anti-Sonic because he was fighting just one Sonic, you'd think the Sonics would all gang up on him. When Sonic told the other Sonics that he'll fight them after saving the civilians, I had some hope that they would go help him because they're clones of Sonic and thus would have Sonic's personality, but logic ensued of course because they were too loyal to their master to care about anything besides beating Sonic. They didn't have free will. I like that the people in this issue weren't stupid enough to think these Sonics were Sonic himself, but other than that, what a disappointing issue. Instead of being a hero who struggles to earn his victories, a hero who's an underdog we root for, Sonic didn't struggle at all against an army of himself, when he had no reason to have any advantage over them. And unlike Scourge, they didn't even talk, which was the whole charm of Scourge in the first place. He spoke informally just like Sonic did, and echoed the same negative traits as him as well. You'd think the writer that was well known for Scourge would write fake evil Sonics better than that. Sure, he could have written Scourge a hell of a lot better instead of genericifying him to a take-over-the-world villain who didn't remember what being a hero would get him, and would try to destroy a city when he spent his whole career not killing anybody. Well, Penders had him actually do interesting things like race Sonic and try out his life for a change, but at least Flynn made him talk. And these guys don't even have that. But they do have a genuine reason for being evil. They were created by someone who wanted to spite Sonic, which is something that Scourge lacks when it comes to what the comic bothered to tell us. Both were written like lazy one-dimensional villains, but ultimately Scourge is the better character because he actually is a character, while there's no room for the imagination with these guys.